Hey everyone, it's baze.djunkiii transmitting from Hamburg, Germany, back with a new video and finally back with my chart haul for November 2K17. It took me a while, as usual, but finally here's my bunch of favorite releases, both CD-wise and vinyl-wise, which I like the most in the past month, this recent month, and I will show them to you, starting off with a few CDs, like two actually. You've seen this, Sofa Surfers 20 on Monoscope Productions. Well, 20th anniversary for the Sofa Surfers, which started out as a down-tempo trip-hop band, kind of, with a little bit of dub influences, and now they have progressed over 2 decades, are still moving in the dub realm, but more with a touch of like future soul, grime, UK urban music, a lot of good stuff, mutant hip-hop as well. Some fun collaborations with Dialect and Oddity. Very good album. I have this on CD and I also bought the vinyl, which I will chart next month, I guess. Next CD is on the Norwegian Hubro music label. You've seen this a lot in the past. Stein Urheim or Stein, I don't know how to pronounce that guy. Utopian Tales. Very interesting stuff from Norway again. Musically, more on the ambient realm, kind of, with influences from folk, bar jazz, very spacey, floating and stuff. Very good. I will get me this on vinyl as well, I guess, somewhere in the future, depending on how much money I will make on DJ gigs in the future. But this will be on my vinyl bond list as well. Good stuff from Hubro music from Norway. Next one on vinyl is a classic. Ghost in the Shell, the original soundtrack by Kenji Kawai, released for the first time on vinyl on a label that is named We Release Whatever the Fuck We Want Records, and it's from, I guess, Switzerland. Here's the label. If you've been listening to drum and bass in the late 90s, early 2000s, you've been coming across that classic vocal choir sample a lot, and which has been sampled quite a bit. And if you are a fan of like manga and comic and like anime culture, you will know the film. So pretty good. If you're listening to ambient music as well, like as a big ambient head, this one will do for you as well, even if you don't know the film. So get this. This is really, really good. Next one, also a highly recommended album. Seacat Trance Screaming Ghost on Emotional Rescue Recordings and Malka Tutti. Great album, features a bunch of tracks that have been released by the band in the area or in the era of 1983 to 1988 on Ink Records, which is the label which put out the most of the Seacat Trance releases. Music wise, this is pretty much unique, somewhere in the post-punk realm, instrumental post-punk realm for the most part, but also like proto-new beat, oriental influences. And I knew this band especially for the track Shake the Mind, which was featured on the dark pop and new beat Siri Noir compilation on Eskimo. Back in the days, a compilation that was put together by the Glimmer Twins and featured a lot of dark pop, new beat stuff. And also there is Rattling Ghosts on here, which provided a great sample, also known to drum and bass fans, like a great horn sample, which was used as by in a famous track called Horns, which has been put out by Egyptian Empire somewhere in the past, like early 90s, 91, 92. As the horn track, and on Ram Records there was a remix, and also Trick or Treat did a two-step UK garage version of that. And I didn't realize that it came from this track, and it was very, very like an epiphany when I heard the track and I heard this specific sample, which was totally weird in the tracks, because it's more like an intro and then there's 1 second pause and then the track starts off in a totally different direction. So if you're into post-punk, dub, oriental music, kind of, this one will do for you as well. Going back to the classics, round 1, I'm Your Brother on Main Street Records. Finally, great house music, like garage house music, deep house, from the Hard Wax camp, round one, is related to all those labels and Main Street Records, like, you know, Hard Wax, Basic Channel, Rhythm and Sound, and this is a touch on like Jersey house, I guess. Pretty good. Has been on the circuit for 20 years now, and now I grabbed a repress, so get this as well. White label business with the next one, Melody, Woodlands EP on Warehouse Music. Yes, this is my handwriting, and it is released on a classy pink stamped white label. Pretty neat vinyl, pretty good music, techno with a bit of trance, more like late 90s, early 2000s stuff, so not minimal, but with a lot of punch on the dance floor, and very ecstatic and like high energy stuff, which I like. So I'm not into that more recent 125 BPM techno stuff. It's like, for me, it must have a little bit more of a punch, so good stuff. On King Street Records, or King Street Sounds, actually we have this one, Mix the Vibe, the vinyl EP with Louis Vega. It's also classic house music from the 90s, mostly, for the most part. 4 tracks, so if you love like Masters at Work and all that stuff, Kerry Chandler, Blaze, like big vocal tunes with a lot of organic grooves and stuff and funk, this one is definitely one to put in your DJ booth, and I'm enjoying DJ box, and I'm enjoying house music big time more recently, so this one is for you as well. More for the hardcore fans out there. Hellfish, also known as part of Hellfish and producer, and one of the guys who runs Death Chant Records, the label which this record is released on. Well, hardcore, like pretty much 180, 200 BPM hardcore with a lot of tongue-in-cheek vibes, so a little bit funnier than you would expect from a Death Chant release. Hellfish has also released an album with his partner producer on Planet Moo back in the days, like 10 years ago, 12, 15 years ago, which was also pretty good, and I played this a lot at the old Treasure Club, so if you're into banging hardcore and like a bit of good humor, this is an album that, or like a 4-track EP, this will appeal to you. And the final one comes from Jahmoni Music. You've seen an unboxing for this Akiti Ray, Time Is Now. No, From Ever Since is the album title. So I will just show it quickly. Released on Jahmoni Music, the label from Munich, which I'm associated with as well. Proper stuff, dub, jazz, future jazz, like a dub jazz mixture. So if you're into bass music and classic dub, and also like stuff that is played live and organically, this is one for you, and one to check out as well. Is nearly gone as far as I got to know, like 1.5 weeks ago when I went to Munich. So it was like, I don't know how many they pressed up, but it's like a week after release it was nearly gone. So if you see this anywhere, pick this up. And if you see me anywhere, or want to see me anywhere, look down in the description box, because there's my DJ dates and other social media stuff. So hit me up, leave me a comment, leave me a like, you know the score, subscribe, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. See you later.